how did it get all the way to alleged kidnapping, child abuse, and just the headlines going crazy and basically them trying to like ruin you?
The other incidences were they were dual. They were like not. They was regular toxic shit. It wasn't nothing like that. All right, let's you know what I mean. Let's try to move on. Stop the drinking and all of that. But she drinks, and I don't drink. I didn't drink at that time, but she got me back into drinking. Then she her grandparents said, "Yo, like just don't go to war. Y'all just chill. Don't stop the time." And then she's like, "Yeah, I don't want to go to war. I don't want to." Then she comes in the room. I got my head in my hand. I got to divorce this fucking crazy bitch, bro. This shit is not gonna work out, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in my mind, I'm like, damn, I gotta start over again. Like I said, I'll just leave her with this shit. I'm thinking of plans of moving and how we gonna do this now. I'm like, I'll just leave her with everything here and I'll go get something else somewhere else because she got my daughter. I just gotta get the fuck out of here, dog. You know what I mean? So while I'm thinking about that, she comes over to me and she's like, I don't want to go to war. I don't want to go to war with you. Why the fuck did I say this? Now I know why I said it, but I didn't know why and who told me to say that, but something got a download came through. And when she said, I don't want to go to war with you, I looked at her and said, I do. And I know. I said, I do. Hold on now. Hold on. It wasn't me talking. And I was talking about a war of divorce, of court. Let's go to war. No, you know what that bitch did? That bitch went from crying like this. She was like, and went into the kitchen and came out with all these glasses. She's athletic. She hit you with one of these. Wham! First one. Glass hit the wall. Bam. Hit me. Hit me all over the place. I'm ducking and bobbing and weaving and shit on the bed. She's throwing them, popping, making a hole in the wall. Now I'm having flashbacks to the first time we met. I mean, the first month that happened. So I'm like, fuck, here we go again. I'm busy trying to duck these motherfucking glasses. My phone gets lost in the melee. I can't, you know what I mean? I'm at that point, I'm not looking for my phone yet. I'm just trying to duck these fucking cups that's flying these glasses. And then she grabs the little personal bottle of Patron that we just bought. She throws the contents at me and then throws it at me and then it breaks right here on my elbow. Took a bottle of vodka, did the same thing. Throws the contents at me, now I'm doused with liquor, and throws the bottle and it gashes me right here. That's why I got that big ass gash right there. You know what I'm saying? So she gashed me right there, so I'm like, fuck. So now at this point, I'm while she's yelling, throwing these glasses and throwing these bottles, she's yelling, help, help, help. What help, bro? So I start yelling, help, help, help. Now we both, help, 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 help. I'm like, fuck, bro. So I'm bleeding.
So she doing all that and you ain't doing that now.
Not, what? I'm blocking my shit. I'm blocking, nigga. I'm cut the fuck up. I'm blocking. No,
your national instinct will tell you to defend yourself, though.
That's what I'm defending myself. She's like, where you
but
at?
She's trying to harm you, though.
So what you want me to do?
Shit, you gotta contain the situation.
If I touch that bitch, I'm going to jail, bro.
You went to jail anyway.
No, listen, but I beat the cat. Listen,
you beat the cat. Hold on. Go ahead.
So while she's throwing this shit at me, I passed the polygraph test for my shit. I passed a 6-hour-long polygraph test.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Okay.
I got pull it up in my phone if you like.
That's different. No,
that is different.
That's different. Yeah.
Exactly. 6 hours long. So
yeah.
I already looking at your face and you're kind of looking. That's what I'm like. I saw something. Let me tell him the real deal.
You passed the polygraph test. That's different. But I'm just saying. But you would think if a motherfucker throwing glass at me and all this doing all this. Hey, hold on now, bitch.
The old me, of course, the old me would have knocked your fuck ass out. I would have knocked that hole to clean out. But I said, but I know what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with. So as I'm walking out the bathroom to get the tissue, she's backing me down with a knife again. There goes the knife. So I'm like, there's
the knife turns into self-defense though. We don't never advocate touching no wall.
No, you got to understand, dog. Listen, I'm the type of nigga. See, when it come to shit, I'm not the type of nigga that just react off of instinct. I analyze the entire situation. like a fucking computer, nigga. Bzz, bzz, bzz. And I make sure, I'm like, okay, now I involve the law before I defend myself. I involve everything and everything, so I know if I kill your ass, I'm gonna have the best self-defense situation on this, right? So, but with this situation, I don't. I'm gonna have to disarm her. So, and that's gonna have to be you know what I mean, a physical thing. Because remember, I know I cannot touch this bitch.
How that whole situation like fuck with your mental and your creativity?
Suicide. This is suicide.
You say you got suicidal?
Of course, absolutely did.
I
wanted to bust my heart with a zipper blooker. How? Why not? It's over. Everybody left me. No, there was nobody. I didn't get a phone call. I didn't get a, are you okay? I didn't get a, what happened? And I just have this mutt on the fucking line, lying.
Oh, so you were guilty to everybody else. Everybody felt you guilty.
Exactly. In the beginning, everybody, except for like, my inner circle, they know what time it is. They know that bitch is off. You know what I'm saying? But to the public, the way she makes it, the way she articulates her words, and she's so, bitch. She would make you would believe what the fuck she talking about, bro. I would believe her. She's perfect at it, but I'm perfect at being honest. So at the end of the day, I knew I was gonna have to go through a process. I knew this was gonna be a reset process. I knew this was gonna be a spiritual awakening. I knew this was gonna be that final step of me becoming the man who I'm supposed to be.